Greetings, Chris Feola here with another edition of the Perfecting Equilibrium vlog. We're going to do the final episode this week of using the Adobe Photoshop AI tools to produce marketing collateral for Feola Factory. I just thought you would find this a little bit intriguing. One note on hardware and the demands of this thing. As I've mentioned a few times before, my machine it's got to be 8-10 years old. It's running an AMD Ryzen 8-core chip that runs 8 cores, 16 threads, 16 gigs of RAM, and has a pretty good video card in it too, a gaming level video card for the time. And it has never tweaked or so much as shown an hourglass or any other signs of working to do anything. Since I've gotten to this particular version of Photoshop, which is the current 2024 beta with the AI tools, the machine is close to unusable. And what's interesting is right now with what I'm going to show you here with expand the background, it was running, taking over 8 gigs of system RAM and putting over 30 gigs of swappable memory onto the scratch disks and managed to fill my entire primary drive even though I wasn't using it as a scratch disk. So going to have to reset a few things or stop using these AI tools on this machine. And this is the biggest and strongest machine I have. So it does give you an idea that while these tools are super useful, you need a lot of hardware to really run them. So let's do the expand today. And as you can see, I've gotten the crop tool and I've simply put it on the edges of our image that we've been working on. And so now let's go in here and grab the crop tool and we're going to kind of wiggle the crop tool a little bit here to try to keep the image centered. So we'll go at it from both sides. And now we're going to hit Generative Expand, which is supposed to expand the back and sides, the background of the image. And let us see what it comes up with. Now I'm letting this run because I want you to see, even on a relatively fast, if slightly older machine, this takes a while. You'll notice if you look to the right here under properties, you can see that it's doing what we've done before when we did generative fill, which is it's going to give us some variations. So hopefully one of them will look useful, interesting, something. I like this. You could perform multiple actions simultaneously, such as cropping in, expanding, and rotating. Given how long it's taking to do a single action here, I think we'll try one at a time here. Oh, and to be clear, I've closed all other software. Normally, even when I Photoshop, I've got 2 different web browsers open with a dozen tabs in each one. I've got email programs. I've got other things that I'm using while I work on Photoshop. Not when I'm doing the AI tools. It's just not possible. Indeed, I have a new camera set up, so I was going to go back to the old way of having my image in the lower corner here so you could see me talking to you, and the video was stuttering so badly when I had Photoshop running with this that I just gave up. You'll notice that we're well over 2 minutes here and it's still generating, so. Now, I don't know how long this is going to go on, so I'm going to pause the video and I'll start it again. But I'll keep an eye on the clock and I'll let you know how many minutes pass. Well, we're back after 3 more minutes, and that's actually not terrible. That's a fairly useful expansion of the background. Actually quite pleased, because the first time I did this to sort of familiarize myself with the tools, it came up with like grassland, which I didn't understand how it was. There was a grassy field in the middle of the shop, but this is busy, but actually fairly useful. Let's try. See how long it takes us to switch. To the other variations here. Interesting. Very useful. Learn the third variation here now. Yeah, again, this is kind of a nice midway between the first two. The first was very busy. The second was more minimalist, and this is pretty interesting. So this allows me to create like web banners, big horizontals, different sizes and elements that I can cut out of here. So it takes a lot of hardware to run this, but it's super useful. So Feola says check it out if you've got enough hardware to run it. All right, and that ends this week's episode, and it also ends our look at creating marketing collateral in Photoshop. Next week we'll talk about something new. I know I'm going to write about Google's Bard AI debacle with with diverse Nazis of all things, but I'm not sure what we'll do yet. I think they've taken it down, so we can't take a look at it on the vlog. Anyway, we will see where we get to next week. All y'all have a great week. Feel out.